Well, among those fans is Mark O'Connell, author of Catching Bullets, Memoirs of a Bond fan. It's fair to say you're a super fan.
Yeah. I've got a few gold card memberships, I think.
Now, well, first of all, Rami Malek is the big news today.
Yes.
Is he the right man to play a Bond villain?
Absolutely. He's like, the casting choice of the day. He's the third Bond villain in a row to have just not long come off winning a Best Actor. He's got a youthful spark about him. People like him, and don't underestimate the Freddie Mercury effect.
Now, also, the choice of writer has raised an eyebrow because they had a team and then along comes Fleabag, along comes Killing Eve, and they say, we need to change perhaps the role of women in Bond films.
Well, Barbara Broccoli, the producer, has always been a keen advocate and supporter of, female storytelling on stage and on cinema, and she's actually been co-producing the Fleabag Broadway version that Phoebe Waller-Bridge has been doing. So it made a slight sense that that was coming. But I remember thinking Killing Eve, and even Fleabag's got there's a sense of punch and economy to it, and I think that's a very good thing to take into Bond.
Mark, what is it about the Bond franchise that gets us all... Well, I was going to say hyped up, but probably is the right phrase.
It's just it has become part of the British cultural tapestry. It's the B word at the moment that isn't the other B word. I think it goes back to family traditions, to sitting in sofas with dads and going to flea pit movie houses, and now it's sort of evolved into Netflix era and platform streaming.
Now we're just seeing it, Bond 25. It hasn't got a name at the moment, and that's going to disappoint the real fans.
I can slightly feel the flames of some online fandom right now, because I think everyone was expecting a title, but fair play on Eon and the Bond people for not doing it, because it's a selection box. You don't have to open all the sweets just yet. We've still got poster, teaser, who's possibly going to be performing the title song. So not having a title just yet might disappoint a few, but I think it's more important that the film's well on its way into production.
And we all remember, well, some of us remember the early days of Bond. The change in the Bond character, Sean Connery, and then you get Roger Moore, slightly different take on James Bond. And this, of course, will be Daniel Craig's last one. So
yeah, well, Connery and Moore both had a few last films in them at the time, but he sort of has announced this is his last film. I think Barbara and Eon have gone into this knowing it's going to be his last hurrah. I think they'll pull out a few bespoke bells and whistles to sort of honour that, and that'll be hard for them to let him go.
Difficult recently because you've had the Bourne films, other films that have almost out-Bonded Bond, haven't they? Yeah,
well, the Bourne films particularly are this frenetic, fast-paced, edited, extravaganzas, but that's what Bond was in the 60s. Bond created the DNA that a lot of these franchises follow. Sometimes they overtake them, sometimes they don't.
If you were, I don't know if you're a betting man, what would you bet on a new name? Have you had any thought?
I've got a pet name, this is my name, what I'd always call it. I don't know. I think it could be... Honestly, don't know. There are a few Fleming ones left, but I think they might go something fresh, perhaps not a single title, just to shake it up a bit. But yeah, it's sort of watch this space.
And one of the tricks, of course, is the existing cast. There is a very firm number of Ben Whishaw and others, Ralph Fiennes, who are making their repeat appearances. And that's part of the magic of this, is it?
Yes, very much so. I mean, if Ralph Fiennes, like you say, Ben Whishaw, Rory Kinnear, Jeffrey Wright, joining new cast like Billy Magnussen, who's a great new American actor. There's Naomi Harris as well. There's a great sense of family. There always was in the different eras of Bond, but here we've got a real, you've got like future knights of the British stage supporting Daniel Craig. It's not a bad place to be at the moment.
In terms of being a Bond fanatic, and the question everybody, I'm sure, asks you every time, who is the best Bond?
Roger Moore. No, the best Bond should always be who we've got now. That's my answer to that. And I think Daniel Craig's doing a sterling job bringing the internal mechanism of the character and bringing it really out there. So I'd say Daniel Craig right now.
Good to see you. The excitement lives on.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Mark O'Connell, thank you very much for coming in. Thanks.